Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wingcat Sports, and it's our Stanley Cup final prediction video. Both the Panthers and the Oilers finished their series out in 6 games. I believe that was his prediction for a final, if I do remember correctly, from our first video. With that being said, though, going into the final, it's going to be a very, very fun and interesting series, I think, between the Oilers and Panthers. Regardless, either going to have a team win their first Stanley Cup or a team win their first cup since 1990.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a lot of fun to watch, hopefully. It's two different styles. I think Edmonton's goaltending has been much better than I thought it would be. Skinner, but, that game last night was just insane. I mean, they only had 10 shots on goal. I felt so bad for the Stars. Totally outplayed Edmonton, but they could not get it done. They could not score on Skinner.
You played good.
I was just really, I don't know. It was a crazy game. I still think Florida's going to handle them in 6.
I think who has home ice? I think Florida has home ice.
I'm not sure.
Florida has home ice. So overall, they are going to probably be favored in the series. But I'm going to root for the Oilers. I want a Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup for the first time since '93. So basically 31 years. But I won't be upset if Florida wins because obviously I want a team who hasn't won a Stanley Cup to win a cup. Obviously, I don't like Southern teams, but I am fine with Florida winning a cup. Their franchise has sucked for so long. It's fine with them getting a cup.
I know a lot of people in this area don't want Ken Holland to win the cup, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have the Red Wings connections with the Edmonton Oilers with Ken Holland, him bringing another team to a cup. I mean, you can't be all that sour about it because he did his best here he helped keep a team 25 years in the playoffs. And then when you fired him, there were bad contracts still around. Yes, we're still getting over that. But you cannot deny that Ken Holland is a good GM.
I mean, like I said, it's hard to tell if he's a great GM. I mean, he had all the money in the world to win the cups with us, and they spent really well when he was here.
And he's done decent in Edmonton, though.
I'm not saying he's a bad GM, but then he went to Edmonton and he had Connor McDavid. I mean, you have the best player in the league.
Draisaitl and Nugent Hopkins.
And some of the best talent in the league for the last, 7 or 8 years, whatever it is. And, they're finally in a position maybe to win a cup. I don't think they will. It's going to be a great matchup, because you have one of the best penalty kills against one of the best power in Florida, against one of the best power plays in Edmonton. And vice versa. I mean, the special teams on these two teams are great.
I think it's also been about 20 plus years since the Oilers have been in the Stanley Cup final. I think the last one was when Tampa won.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time. I think it's been a long time. I can't remember.
I think the last one was when Tampa won, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Why don't you Google it? Damn it. I would think that Florida has an advantage in goal with Bobrovsky. I think they're an incredibly deep team, deeper than Edmonton. But Edmonton has some just phenomenal offensive skilled players. And if they get on the power play and their power play clicks, then I think they got a shot. If their power play don't click, I don't think they got a shot against Florida.
2006 was the last time they were in the Stanley Cup final. They lost to the Carolina Hurricanes that year.
I can't even remember who was on Edmonton back then. Messier was
not. I think the team I was confusing them with is Edmonton's rival, Calgary. Last time they were in the Stanley Cup was when Tampa won their first cup.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, any Canadian team. I don't know if that might
Montreal. Montreal was the last team 2 years ago.
That's right, because they got in.
Surprisingly, a few years ago with Montreal. The COVID year when Montreal snuck their way into the final.
That was crazy.
I mean, if they would have won, I would have been happy. Wouldn't have been upset at all. But, I mean, it is going to be a good final. I think I'm going to root for Edmonton. I think Edmonton can pull it off. It's not going to be easy, though. And it would be a good story. I mean, they absolutely sucked the first amount of the year. We'll go look at their records real quick.
They should have probably been the best team in the West if they hadn't sucked so bad in the early part of the season. I mean, I think it was a full month of just playing like garbage.
I mean, I don't even know when they caught on. I just know they were losing and losing and losing for those first couple months.
It was, they were pretty bad. And then to come back the way they did. I mean, they're a phenomenal team. There's no doubt about it. I'm surprised Skinner has played as well as he has. I thought that would be Edmonton's downfall, but Skinner's played really well.
Yeah, I mean, they went on early in the year. I'm going to count the losing streak they went on. They lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in a row at one point during the year. And then
that's worse than any wing stretch, I think.
But they were struggling to start out the year. They were trying to win games, and then they kept on losing. But I think they were at one point they were like at a 5-22 or something. I don't think they're at 5-22, but they were at least like 5-15 or 16, something like that.
Really?
When we faced them out, they were sucking at one point, and then they went on a big win streak. I think at some point.
Well, it was Matthews who could have scored 70 goals, right?
Matthews could have scored. I think he ended up with 69
right.
goals.
What did McDavid end up with?
McDavid ended up scoring. Well, that's playoffs. I don't want playoffs. I want regular season. McDavid he was their points leader. He had 132 goals. Not goals.
132 points.
Points and 100 assists. So 32 goals. He had 100 assists on the year.
Jesus. Well, you know what? That's another thing about Draisaitl. How good is Draisaitl? Because a lot of it is because he plays with McDavid.
Well, he wasn't even the guy who was leading. Zach Hyman was the guy who led their team.
Zach Hyman, the guy I wanted to trade for it before the season started.
Because Nugent Hopkins, their other big guy, 18 goals. Draisaitl had 41, but no one even came close to the assists that McDavid had. McDavid sitting at 100 assists on the year.
Crazy.
I don't think anybody was near that in the NHL with assists.
That's insane. And like I said, it's he's an amazing player, and it should be a fun series. I just think, like I said, you look at it. Florida's probably a little more physical. I would certainly say they're more physical than Edmonton.
I don't think Florida's been in the Cup since '97 against the Avs.
Really? Has it been that long?
That's the only time they made it was against the Avalanche.
This is the third time.
Third time?
They've lost twice. They made it last year.
Oh, yeah, they made it last year.
Okay.
Yeah. Before then. That's right, they didn't make it last year. But it's been a while. Third time's the charm, maybe, for them.
Yeah, I think that they deserve it. I think, and I'm not rooting for any of them. I'm just hoping it's a great series. I think Florida will come out on top in 6.
I'm going Edmonton in 7.
Whoa!
We'll do Edmonton in 7. I think it'll be a close series overall, but it will be fun overall too.
They're not going to hold Florida, I don't believe, to 10 shots.
It's going to come down to goaltending. That's the big. Can Skinner keep up this momentum that he has? Right. Because somehow he has pushed them through the playoffs, and then worse comes worse if Skinner gets hurt. You got Calvin Pickard.
He was in the playoffs. He
played a game. Former Red Wing again, sitting on Edmonton.
Terrible goaltender. I died.
But that's the other spot you got with the Red Wing. But I think the Edmonton Oilers will win. I'm going for Edmonton, more or less because I want a Canadian team to win. And I hope they win.
Canada deserves it. It's been a long time since they've had a
very long time. 90s. We're all in the 90s right now for them mostly. But with all that being said, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, share the video around. Let me know who you think is going to win the cup down in the comments. And until next time, hope to see everybody soon.